Well, hello and welcome to Over the West Nurseries on a beautiful day in midsummer. There's hardly a cloud in the sky. The temperature is getting a little on the toasty side, but it's still very pleasant to be outside, and I'm especially thankful to get the opportunity to let you see some of the fantastic perennials that you can grow in your garden to help brighten up your back and front gardens and also bring a little bit of color into your life. Now, as you see, we've got lots and lots of beautiful coneflowers here. And if you'd like to find out more about them and the other plants that we grow on the nursery, can I suggest that you think about clicking and subscribing to this channel, and then as we post new videos, which we're doing all the time, you'll find they'll turn up automatically in your feed. And then you'll be able to look out for some of these fabulous varieties when you call in and take a look and a visit to some of the network of garden centers that stock our plants throughout our region. That's the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic states of the US. Now, as I pan through the selection of coneflowers there, you'll see that there's quite a few varieties that are vegetatively reproduced. They're very uniform, very constant, and ones that are consistent of having the same color, the same characteristics. But also I wanted to show you this variety, which was developed by Keefe Seeds, part of Pan American Seed Company. Dr. Ping Ren, the senior plant breeder there, has created several outstanding, really neat varieties over the last 20 years or so. And I was pleased to see that she was awarded the All-American Selections Breeders' Cup, an award that recognizes plant breeders that make a huge difference. Many will know her work on petunias, and particularly wave petunias, but for me it's the work on coneflowers that really stands out. She's the one that developed the Powwow, Sombrero and Double Scoop series, and lately the Artisan series, which we're very fond of here. But it's this one, Cheyenne Spirit, that I want to tell you about now. And what's interesting about this selection is that it's grown from seed, and therefore when you look through the selection you're going to see lots of different types of colors and flowers within the selection. So it's one that if you particularly want to find one shade and you like the shape and the color of it, then this is well worth just perusing the plants in the garden centers. And that's one of the benefits of when we ship most of our plants out to the garden centers. They tend to be in flower at that stage, so you get the perfect opportunity to choose the ones that you like best and the ones that are going to fit in with your color scheme at home. Now, as I was talking there, you'll see that I was panning through, and you'll see that there are some selections in it that are a bright kind of orangey, some that are a deeper red that are more like a tomato color red. Then there's some like this one, which is a beautiful golden yellow shade. Then there's some rosy pinks, some taller yellow varieties, which is a little bit more upright growing, then some dusky pinks, and so on. So you'll see lots of different shades within this particular type. Also, and not always the case, but sometimes you're going to find in one single pot 2 or more colors represented in that, so that if you look out you'll be able to definitely pick the ones that you feel appeal to you most. Most of these are going to grow somewhere in the region of about 2 foot to possibly up to about 3 foot high for some of the taller growing varieties. Now, the thing with coneflowers are, and this variety as well, is that they're perfectly hardy anywhere within our region. They're rated as a Zone 4 plant. They love to grow in a sunny or partially shaded site, but I would definitely recommend trying to find a nice sunny place for them. That's where they tend to flower best. But they will tolerate some shade, and they will do quite nicely there too. The one thing that is very important, however, is that when you're choosing a site for them, make sure that it's well drained, because coneflowers just do not like it on the heavy side. They don't like wet, saturated or heavy clay soils. So just make sure that you've got a good free draining. Average soil will be fine. An average garden soil, they'll love to grow in it. They don't need a whole lot of nutrition. They have a tap root that goes down into the earth, kind of a bit like a carrot, I suppose, and so they're able to find plenty of moisture, and that means also once you get them established, you'll find that they're really quite drought tolerant too. But of course, when you put these plants in, it's very important to dig a good sized hole, work in plenty of organic matter, and of course water them well until they get rooted in, get the roots established, and then you'll find that they'll be able to take over and look after themselves. Now this variety will start to flower in the earlier part of midsummer, and then if they're dead-headed, that's removing the old flowers. When they begin to go over, you can just see that they will start to take on a little bit of brown and discoloration here in the petals, and when that happens, you just follow the stem down, and when you get to a joint down here, you can snip it out with a pair of scissors or pruners or something, and then that means that you're making room and encouraging lots of new buds that are going to take over and continue the display through the rest of the summer and into the fall. So this is a very nice selection of colors that you can pick the ones that appeal to you best. This is Echinacea Cheyenne Spirit.